Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but like I say, he's weight classes for a reason.
It's business, it's the office. I enjoy it because this is what I love to do.
Now, skill-wise, I think Crawford's a better skilled fighter.
I understand, Canelo is bigger than me and whatnot, but I'm up for the challenge.
Canelo Alvarez has responded to Terence Crawford's latest training footage, which showcases Crawford ramping up his preparation for a potential showdown with Canelo. His intense regimen includes a mix of strength and conditioning exercises, such as weightlifting and resistance training, aimed at boosting his power and endurance. Additionally, Crawford is sharpening his punching techniques through pad work and heavy bag sessions, refining his speed and precision.
And look forward past Saturday, but do you feel like a fight like Terence Crawford? I see he wants to fight, he's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better, no? Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but like I say, he's weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and then you never know what happened.
Yeah.
Arab Sheikh Turki Al-Sheikh, a passionate boxing enthusiast and key figure in global sports promotions, has pledged to bring several high-profile fights by 2025. Among these, the most anticipated could be the long-awaited clash between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, potentially set for September. According to Asterisk Boxing News Online Asterisk, both fighters reportedly met privately in London last week, outside of Al-Sheikh's radar, and began early negotiations for what could be a historic bout. ESPN has reported that the fight is being targeted for the weekend of Mexico's Independence Day in mid-September. Boxing insider Mike Coppinger stated, asterisk from what I'm told, they're in the process of finalizing a deal for a fight in September, Mexican Independence Day weekend, and it will be in Las Vegas at the 168 pounds weight limit with no rehydration clause. Asterisk, however, one major challenge stands in the way. Crawford would need to move up 14 pounds to compete in Canelo's weight division. Canelo has steadily climbed through weight classes over the years, starting as a super welterweight, where he won the WBC world title, before becoming the unified middleweight champion at 160 oz. He briefly stepped up to light heavyweight, securing the IBF title by defeating Sergey Kovalev, before ultimately settling at super middleweight.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with Spence. He did almost look very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But
where he made history as the first undisputed champion in the division. Unlike many of his contemporaries, Canelo's fights rarely go to the scorecards, having consistently finished opponents since 2016. Despite Crawford's dominance at welterweight and his recent success in moving up to 154 oz, where he secured a world title by defeating Israel Madrimov, Canelo remains skeptical about the matchup. He has openly expressed concerns about the significant weight jump for Crawford, emphasizing the importance of weight classes in boxing.
He wants to fight with me, so it's fine.
That being a biggest fight possible in boxing, is that something you'd actually be interested in?
It's crazy when you asking about that, because you say, your matchup is coming out of the other weight classes, and that's it, and he's welterweight, so don't make sense. But if the fight makes sense, why not?
A lot of people have him at #1 pound for pound. You think that's fair to you?
It's a few people there who deserve to be the #1 pound for pound.
Asterisk, there are weight classes for a reason, asterisk Canelo stated, implying that Crawford, who has primarily competed at 147 oz, might struggle against naturally bigger opponents at 168 oz. Canelo's perspective highlights the long-standing principle in boxing. Weight divisions exist to maintain fair and competitive matchups, preventing fighters from being at a physical disadvantage. While the idea of Crawford taking on Canelo is thrilling for fans, the major question remains, will the size disparity prove to be too much, or can Crawford defy expectations and make history?
There's a chance there, right? We'll see, but always is a chance there, and we're here to make the best deals, and always a chance.
And I do have to ask you about Dimitri Bivol, because that's a rematch you've always talked about wanting. How do you see the rematch going with Bivol and Beterbiev?
I think it's gonna be another good fight. It's gonna be another good fight. Both fighters are good fighters, so I think both have a chance to win. Like the first one was a really good fight.
So whatever is next, we look forward to it, my friend. Thank you so much.
Canelo Alvarez has called out Terence Crawford's record, exposing what he believes is a lack of a late-level competition throughout Crawford's 17-year career. According to Canelo, Crawford has not faced true A-level opposition, with his most notable win being against a diminished Errol Spence Jr.
Saul, my carnal, how are you? Quick question. I know, as we walk, Canelo, how important is it that you've spoke with Turki Al-Sheikh?
Say again, please. I like to work with everybody. I like to have the doors open.
Are we going to see Canelo Crawford next?
We'll see. It's a possibility there, always. No, we'll see what happens.
Have you spoke with Turki about that show?
Yeah,
about Canelo?
We know each other. We don't talk that much for make a deal and anything, but we now know each other, and we'll see what happens.
Last one, I know you're pushed for time. Benavidez Morel, who wins?
It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight. 50-50 fight.
A fighter who had already endured a high-speed car crash, weight struggles, and years of wear and tear. Speaking to Canelo dismissed Crawford's resume, suggesting that he has been carefully matched by promoters to maintain an undefeated record.
It's a fluid situation. I don't think there's anything definitive one way or the other at this point. I mean, it's not a secret that that's a fight that's been discussed by a lot of us and by a lot of people in the sport for quite a while. Certainly, it's a fight that Turki Al-Sheikh from Saudi Arabia has shown a lot of interest in. And of course, if it's going to get made, someone's going to have to put up a lot of guaranteed money. And he's probably the person that's going to do it. He's obviously been working closely with Terence Crawford. He was involved with Terence Crawford's last fight that took place in August when he fought Israel Madrimov. It's obviously a fight that Terence Crawford has been very vocal about wanting. Now, Canelo hasn't ever said he wanted the fight, kind of downplayed it to a certain degree. But it wasn't that long ago. I don't know, maybe a couple of months ago, he was doing an appearance and he was asked about it and he didn't close the door on it. In the past, he sort of like closed the door on it and was like, I'm not interested. He's like, listen, I'll talk to anybody and listen to what they have to say about the deal, any kind of deal. So in my mind, that's...
Asterisk, if you look at his record, he's only beaten one top fighter. Other than that, there's no one else that stands out, asterisk, Canelo stated, echoing Spence's past criticism of Crawford's level of opposition. Despite Crawford's undeniable talent.
I think that Canelo is a smart person in terms of his boxing, but also in terms of his business. And when he looks around at the landscape and he wants to make a huge amount of money, like all top fighters or any fighter for that matter, and he looks and sees, who can I fight where I can make the biggest?
Canelo argues that he has largely been the favorite in every fight he's entered, not because he was unbeatable, but because he had not been tested against the best of the best. While Crawford's victory over Spence was impressive, Canelo believes that without more wins against truly elite opponents, his legacy remains in question. Fans, as Crawford's elite skills and Canelo's proven dominance at higher weight classes create an intriguing clash of styles. Crawford's response on X highlights his confidence and belief that he has consistently made top fighters look ordinary in the ring. However, his critics argue that his undefeated record has been carefully built, avoiding dangerous matchups against rising stars like Jaron Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz Jr., and Bikram Murtazaliev. Many believe that if Crawford truly wants to cement his legacy, he should move up in weight and take on high-caliber super middleweights such as David Benavidez or David Morrow before challenging Canelo.